with a root cellar and a well, Hilma can sit in her shelter proud of what she's accomplished so far. But as she sits here later in the day with her freshly butchered raccoons, her eye is drawn to something else. Across from the stone fire circle, amongst her giant pile of rocks and coal, she spies a glinting, something metallic within those stones. In the last, she might have discovered a swamp with bog iron, but metals might have just been under her nose all along. And so, a crucible from clay shall be needed. Kia ora, Legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome back to Cataclysm Innawood. We are here with Hilma Baron, and yes, we have metal. We have always had metal, and I have kind of neglected the fact that we have had metal here. A whole heap of different types of stone and also metal. We've got some gold, we've got some copper, not a lot, but these are chunks. And with those chunks, if we have a look in here, if I just go and search for, let's say, copper, yep, down here, copper, with a clay crucible and a fire nearby, we can make copper. And oh my god, it gives us a lot. It gives us a lot of copper. These are copper bits, could be used to craft something, for example, makeshift shotgun shells. One chunk of native copper gives us over 4,000 pieces, small pieces of copper. We can make scrap copper out of just 50 of those, usable for crafting or repairs. So totally freaking possible to use this. Having a look at gold, we are going to be able to do that as well. Let's just have a look at cassiterite here. Oh, it's tin, an ore of tin. It only needs to be smelted into a usable form. It can be used to craft tin powder. Galena, lead ore with small amounts of silver. Okay, and we can use that to craft lead. Hematite is an iron ore. Okay, this can give us a lump of steel. This is very, very good. And these are rocks that were just in this cave when we started. Obviously, aluminium. We can make a friggin' aluminium ingot. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Yup. You heard it here first, and we are 100% going to do all of that. What we are going to do first, though, is quickly pop outside because we have all of the organs and the meat from those raccoons. We are going to go ahead and put them on our racks and see if we can actually get a smoking. So let's see. Insert food. We can just do the chunks of meat. That's okay. We'll chuck those in there for now, and we'll get them toasting. So we are going to light it up, fire it, and we'll let that do its thing out here. The rest of it we are just going to have to cook up ourselves, but it's going to give us food for the next few days. We'll obviously still have a lot of food that's preserved, so we're good in that department. Although, yeah, we're just going to go and cook up the rest. We've got these scraps of meat. It does take a while. We'll probably just end up cooking the scraps of meat, not trying to preserve them or anything like that. So, yeah, let's spend a bit of time cooking all of those, and we'll go and cook up the offal as well. I mean, it does take us a while to do all of this here. We've got one thing of brains left at this stage. We could use it for tanning. Unfortunately, I did make a little bit of a mistake with the hides, the raw hides, the ones that were spoiled. There was still a chance that we might have been able to use them, and I disposed of them, which isn't great. But hey, we do have these pelts here that we can process, and we don't have a lot of pelt, so making sure that we keep some of that good is going to be useful going forwards because, yeah, we can get nice fur clothing that way. This is going to make us a little upset, but we don't actually seem to be that upset. Okay, cool. Let's have the cooked liver, we'll have the cooked brains, and we'll start to knock back those scraps of meat, and we'll pretty much go for all of them. Huge calorie intake, and we're feeling satisfied after that. Nice to see. All right, so we're going to go and have a look at the pelts here. So we can cure 2 of those. Let's get a curing, and we will use the salt water that's nearby. It seems to be more efficient. Well, at least, yeah, it seems to be more efficient. We don't know if that's actually the case. And we'll drop those pelts down. I'll get them together for now. And for us to make a tanning fur pelt, we need to have 6 cured pelts. We only have 3 right now. So we're going to have to save up for that. That's okay. We could start to preserve some more of our leather hides right now, but that's not a top priority for me right this second. Oh, we need to have 3 raw brains? Right, okay, so we might as well just go and cook the brains. There we are. We'll leave that there for now, right? I mean, 19 hours, it's good for a little while, and we'll turn the rest of this fat into tallow. It looks like we're going to have 1 left over. We'll say we'll use the clean water, work on our craft over here. There we are. We'll just cook the last one directly into crackling. Excellent. So we're extremely wary at this stage. We're not feeling tired. It's not quite the end of the day just yet. So let's try and spend the rest of our time just checking the fire first of all. I want to see if we can make ourselves a clay crucible. We actually did get a little bit more clay just by kind of digging up the well, and the unfortunate thing with the well, we are not going to be able to use it at the moment. It requires a mechanical pump, so what I'm hoping is that some magnificent person out there might be able to change or add a recipe to that where we're using effectively a bucket and a rope. Like, as simple as that. Doesn't need to be a pulley or anything like that. It is just a simple way for us to get water that doesn't mean that we have to go and make a big mechanical pump for it. Because at this stage, looking at this, yeah, we need to have a mechanical pump and 6 pipes. It's a whole ordeal. So if any of you have any experience with modding, I know that the Innawood community would be very, very happy to see some additions there. Right, enough talk of that for now. Onto the crucible. 1 hour and 7 minutes. There is a chance that we could fail this. We don't have great pottery skill yet, but that may change in time. So we have to say no over here again, and we activate the crucible, and alright, the sun has set, so we've spent a bit of time doing this, but we got it done. We are feeling hungry at the end of all of that, but now that crucible is going to allow us to put small pieces of metal in it, and then effectively just put it straight in the fire. I don't think it passively works like that. It could be like clean water, but I think we're just going to go through the manual process of doing that. How are you looking, fire? You definitely do need to be stoked, so let's go and stoke you. That's the last of the logs, so we are going to have to get some more tomorrow. We'll be sure to do that, and before we sleep, let's just have some clean water, because we've already had a huge intake of calories today, so we just need to fill ourselves back up. There we go. We'll just knock that back. We are now hydrated at this stage. We're going to go and put the leather cloak back on as we go to sleep tonight. We should be nice and comfy. Let's play with Caterpillar as we do. There we go. Just a few minutes doing that. It still looks like you're the same health at the moment, but you're doing well down here. And let's sleep, hey? Okay, too bright. So we wake up, it is the morning, at least the very start of the morning, it seems. Let's get a munchin', and we do have our smoked meat up on the surface, but I think we're going to have the cooked brains to begin with now, and I think we'll just have some more of the crackling, just a little bit, don't want to overdo it. And you know what, we do have 2 weeks on this smoked meat. We might want to dehydrate it, but I reckon we're going to get through most of that in this time. I'm going to do no more hunting. Even if we see stuff out there, because we have so much food here, we do not need to worry. Yeah, let's just have that to fill us up to start the day. And I wouldn't mind making some tea, but we don't really have time to muck about. We'll fill up one of those stomachs, which I hope was the one that we're carrying. Oh, of course, we filled both of these with salt water. Yeah, well, we've got one that's full of water at the moment. I'm going to pour those into... the clay pots can't actually take as much. Yeah, okay. We can keep them in here. I think that's fine. I'm okay with us, keeping them for that purpose. Having other things for clay storage will definitely be useful, especially like the canning pot. Having 100 liters worth of something or 100 units, that would be very useful. Right. Now we can work metal. The question is, what do we want to work first? I mean, having some copper, that would be great. Also having some iron, some chunks of steel. Just, yeah, that would be very, very useful. I guess that's the thing. We'll see how long it will take to do these things. So what we can do is actually search for the crucible here and as a tool, and we can see all the things that we can make with a crucible. So at the moment, we can make an aluminium ingot, we can make some copper, we can make some gold. Right, okay, so for us to be able to make a lump of steel, we need to have a forge. And we can make a forge, a rock forge, that is. So let's have a quick peek at that. We need fabrication 5 to be able to build a rock forge. Okay, well, we're 21% of the way to level 5 in fabrication. Right now, the most difficult things for us to do with fabrication are at the top here. So we have a mortar and pestle, which is used for grinding grains. It is time consuming compared to more complex methods. Honestly, that might be the only thing that we have that is that complex. So we can make copper right now, which I think we're going to do because, why the hell not? I don't think it's going to give us any points towards fabrication, but it's still metal that we didn't have before. So yeah, it doesn't even look like it takes that long. We actually save time by doing more of it. That's only 20 minutes. Let's do this thing. Let's make some freaking copper. And there we go. Just like that, we have copper on the ground here. So, oh man. Okay, so looking at this, with the copper, right now we can use it to make a copper spear, a makeshift copper pot, scrap copper, a freaking soldering iron. There's lots of things that we can do that we can make with this. Copper pike sounds really nice. Obviously, copper axe, same deal there. We can make bronze with it too. Really, copper spear, I feel like that's pretty good. I'm almost tempted to make a little bit of scrap copper because we might be able to make other things with that. Let's just have a look at the copper axe because I feel like that's something that would be pretty useful to us. What we need to be able to make that? Just a stick, and that is it. Honestly, you know what? The copper axe has the same ability as our stone adze, so we don't have to worry about that. The copper spear, as you might imagine, is better than our wooden spear that we have at the moment. +1 to hit with it, a piercing of 20. Let's just have a look at our weapon and see how that kind of stacks up against this. Oh, but yeah, no, 100% copper knife. That's it. That's the thing that we're making first. It does require us to use some sinew. I'm okay with that. 600 copper, but it's got a butchering quality of 11 and a cutting quality of 2. Right now, our chopper that we have, our stone chopper, it's a super basic tool. This will only take us 1 hour and 21 minutes to do. There is a chance we'll fail it, but I want to give that a shot. We will have a look at our wooden spear real quick just to see how it kind of stacks up. Yeah, so obviously copper spear is a lot better. This still has the +1 to hit, but we get an extra 5 points of piercing damage. In general, it seems like the typical damage goes up by a lot, but we might want to hold out, Something like a pike would be even better. See, having a look at this here, we don't have the bonus to hit, but we have long reach attacks, so we can attack from even further away, which honestly, that appeals to me. We actually nearly have everything we need for that. We just need a leather patch or a rag and a long pole, and we don't actually know how to make a long pole, interestingly enough. So yeah, for now though, enough distractions aside, let's try and make a copper knife. This is a knife consisting of crudely worked copper and a simple handle, primitive but a step above Stone Age. Yeah, we didn't even make a stone knife. We just went straight to a damn copper knife, and I'm very happy about that. Oh, let's see, any fab? No, we didn't get any fabrication skill from that, so unfortunate, but that's okay. We actually have proficiency with knife skills. Let's just have a look at that real quick. Oh, culinary work. Huh, neat. So having a look at the crucible again here, we could make some aluminium. I mean, there isn't too much we can make with it, but it's unfortunate. It's also not improving our fabrication skill. But I'm just excited that we can do this. So yeah, 12 minutes to get some gold. Let's get some gold. And then we'll do the ingots. And it looks like, yeah, we can just do the 1 at this stage, but still, that is a aluminium ingot that we have on the floor there now. So for us to be able to work any of the other things here, we are going to need to have better fabrication, and more importantly, we need to have a rock forge. Right, okay, I did say that we would need to go outside, that we would need to get some wood, and we do need to, so I'm gonna get ready for that. Let's just have a look at our meat here while we're up. Remove food. There we are. We've got our smoked meat. Good stuff. All right, on to the logs we go. We're going to be chopping this into logs. We're very hungry. Well, luckily, we've got a snack out here with us. Okay, we've done 3 big trunks at the moment, so we're going to take them back. And then I wouldn't mind trying to harvest some berries. We're on day 6 of summer. We're nearly a week in at this stage, and I feel like having a good supply of berries is going to help us out in the future. Even if it doesn't look like we're going to be able to consume all of them, we can end up just, turning them into seeds so that we can plant them again later. So yeah, that'll be the plan. And ideally, we'll just dehydrate a whole heap of fruit. I guess the real ideal would be, making pemmican. And we might be able to do that soon if our survival skill is high enough. Right, we've got 9 of these logs at the moment, so I think I'm going to be okay with shifting 2 into here and setting that fire to kiln. Setting that kiln to fire? Gosh. And just because it's been a little while since I've done any sorting, let's go sort out all that loot. And that didn't actually take all that long. I think the reason why we aren't shifting as many things onto this pile is because it's totally full. It is absolutely full of resources at the moment. We probably want to create a separate pile just for stone, I think, which is something that we can do under custom right now. It's not a big deal though, so we won't worry about it. Just because I do want it to last for longer, I think we're going to take all of this smoked meat now, and we're going to put it through the smokers up on the surface again. Yeah, and we are going to go out and harvest a whole ton of berries. Okay, so this smoking rack is now full, so let's go and light it up. Actually, hang on. Let's do that after we fill up the other ones. Yeah, that's smarter. Nice. Okay, I think they're both good to go, so we'll light that one up. Yes, and we'll go and light this one up too. So when we come back, we should have a whole heap of dehydrated meat there. So what we're going to do here is go into the options, and we are going to turn on the auto foraging just for bushes. If we see any trees that we want to harvest from, we'll ask nicely. Oh man, I think we're already at capacity for berries, for what we're actually able to carry in this pack. Let's just have a look and see what okay, we've got quite a few in there. I feel like we should be able to fit more of these in, but no, that's that. Okay, and we can insert berries into here for them to be preserved. So what the hell? Yeah, let's get preserving on these ones down here. So we're gonna go to the one at the top, insert some food into that. So it can take up to 20 liters worth of food. And that's pretty much nearly everything that we just grabbed. We can fit a little bit more, but we'll go out, we'll get harvesting, and we'll dehydrate the rest of that. Yeah, I've just had a look to see if we have a recipe for pemmican. We don't yet, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to get one. Also, let's have a look at some of the shrubs that we have around here. That's a hickory grove. It's S's, right? So over here, ferns, underbrush. We don't have any for berries yet, do we? No, we don't. F is groves. Okay, well, if we do find anything like that, that would be great to harvest before the end of summer. But for now, there are still plenty of other things for us to harvest around here. Okay, we are back yet again. Let's go fill up the rest of this here. That will do it. And finally, the bottom smoking rack. I'm very happy that we're actually able to use all of this. Oh, we can do vegetables as well, looks like. Let's not do the smoked meat. That's a whole heap of berries. I'm happy with this. Yep, put them all in. And let's go and light that one up, and we'll light the one down here as well. Okay, that's a lot of smoking. Look at that go. It's actually created a barrier to our cave. And going off of there being a barrier, we've actually got a whole heap of other things that we can pick up here. We'll do that. We are going to want to try and make a door, for the front of here, eventually. Where that door is going to be, I guess it would kind of make sense for it to be here. It'd be great. Yeah, it'd be great if this was also kind of blocked off so that it would just be, you know, you wouldn't be able to go around it, because I think you would be able to right now. Maybe this is the point that we want to try and do it at. Could well be. Right, yeah, for now, I think we want to try and head back downstairs. I want to have a look at how much clay we've got in total, because I want to bring a whole heap of salt water back from the swamp. At least that'll be the plan. We'll just have to try and pick our moment to wander into our cave, or we're just going to have to go for it. You know what? Yep, go for it. Yeah, that hurt. We're okay. So out of all of these, the large clay pot is the one that has the most amount of capacity. It is, it's meant to store water in, but can carry other liquids in a pinch. So we need to have a few fur pelts or have some leather patches. We can get leather patches, I think, from just cutting up some of our tanned hides, or we use a fur pelt, which is interesting that we have a recipe to do it from that, but we don't have a recipe to do it from just the hide. No? Right, yeah, we can disassemble them, and that gives us 6 leather patches. You know what? I think it's probably worth us doing that to one of them at this stage. Let's have a look here. We might need fabric scissors, though. So if we go disassemble, okay, no, we can totally do that. We have leather patches. There's a whole heap of things that we can probably make with those patches. Oh yeah, no, we can go straight into leather body armor now. Oh, because we actually have enough tanned hides. Geez, that is very tempting. It's a lot of work though. A whole heap of work. Hey, you know what we can do? We can make ourselves a birch ankle sheath real quick. Just for our knife. 20 minutes? Yeah, let's do it. We can go and chuck this thing on. It gives us a little bit of protection. And now we've got a sheath. We are going to give that the designation S, which I know our wooden spear was that originally. And then the knife, we are going to make that K. So now we can just go activate S, K, to put the copper knife in there, just like so. And now we don't need to carry around the bone shiv anymore. Let's leave that behind. We're very hungry, so let's have some of our smoked meat for now. Yeah, huge calorie intake yet again today. So I feel like we're a pretty comfortable weight at this stage. I mean, I kind of want to make the straw hat again for us, but we'll leave that alone for the time being. So yeah, for us to make this large clay pot, we would need to do a fair amount of clay digging. We could just do digging here. That is possible. We did end up getting some clay that way, but we also know how absolutely exhausting it is digging pits here. We're wary right now. That's not too bad really, and I wouldn't mind just grabbing that wooden shovel of ours. We could make a trip out there now, just dropping some of the things that we don't need to have with us. Axe head we can leave behind. We'll bring the smoked meat with us for now. We'll take the clean water in that sealed stomach. We've got our spear. We've got the sling. So we do have weapons should we need to use them. We also probably would want to drop our pack if we do get into a bad fight. But really, we want to avoid fights as much as we can there. So we're going to be heading back up outside. It's still early in the day. We've got a lot of it left at this stage. We just need to navigate through the smoke first of all, don't we? Yeah, a little bit of a design flaw here. That's my bad. We'll go ahead and get out of that as quickly as possible. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Let's just catch our breath. And we're fine. Look at that. And the temperature is totally fine as well. That can shift during summer quite quickly, so we need to be wary of that. But for now, we want to try and make our way to the closest source of clay, which actually, yeah. Okay, we've got the new one over here towards the east. That's the Hickory Grove up there. All right, okay, let's go turn on auto move, and we are going to do a quick bit of traveling over towards that point. Cannot reach that destination. Okay, so sometimes we will get that as a message. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's false. We'll just change to 1 square closer at this point, and the game seems to be a lot happier with that. I hope. Oh my gosh, we were harvesting that entire way. Okay, so let's go turn off. No, god damn it. Okay, so as long as we head back in a direct kind of straight route, we should be able to pick up everything that we harvested along the way. At least that's the plan. Yeah, well, we got lots and lots of clay here, so let's search for clay. Yep, and we are going to start extracting. It's a brisk activity. 12 lumps of clay there. Brilliant. Okay, let's go for some more, yeah? So I feel like we should do a fair amount of this. Getting thirsty. We're actually tired at this stage. We'll have some water, have some smoked meat, get back to it again. All right, how much? 41 lumps of clay. We're very wary at this stage, so I'm going to start to just navigate back. We are going to have the auto move on to make this a little easier for us to just move through and pick things up along the way. At least that'll be the idea, and I'll see what else we can come home with. Actually, you know what's interesting? I can just hit like left, and we should theoretically follow the exact same path that we took when we came here. Oh, now that I've said that, it seems to kind of vary a little bit, but for the most part, it seems to be quite close to the path. Okay, we have made it back with a very large amount of berries, even more that we probably want to try and preserve, so I think for the time being, we'll just leave them out here in the hopes that I will remember about them and actually want to make sure that we dehydrate them. Yep, let's move through this damn smoke. Okay, we made it. Cough it up. There we go. Got it done. And so this is a whole heap of clay for us to have now. We should actually be able to start work on that pretty much right away. We do have some berries and whatnot in our inventory still. The blackberries seem to be very good for our health, so we're just going to go ahead and eat a whole load of them. We're satisfied now, which is great. We'll have some clean water just to top that off, and let's have a look at that large clay pot. There it is, 3 hours and 35 minutes for us to work on this, but we're going to be able to contain a ridiculous level of water. Let's use the wood ash. We've got enough of it. And we'll go and use the clean water that's nearby. We're going to have to get some more of that. We'll say yes, and then we'll exit that. And then if we just go activate, we should be good to go. Okay, oh, there we are. Indeed, we are. And starting to get a lot slower now. All right. We're going to stop at 60% as the sun has set. We'll want to continue working on that tomorrow. But this is the first week of summer, done and dusted. We'll put another log into the fire there. That should be more than enough for us to be able to sleep the night away. At this stage, we'll put on the leather cloak and we'll put on the blindfold tonight. We'll see if we can find our way over towards our cat. Play with Caterpillar with the blindfold on. And then we'll eat some more of those blackberries before we go to sleep, have some clean water. They're going to spoil in 2 days, so we're okay with that. The grape leaves, I don't think there is too much that we can actually do with that at this point. When we wake up in the morning, we should have a whole heap of dehydrated meat waiting for us up the top. Okay, we wake up, day 7. Our head was starting to get a little chilly there. At the end, we'll take off the blindfold and we'll go and take off our leather cloak. We'll just leave both of them on the floor here. We'll have some berries to start the day, maybe some raspberries there. We're actually slaked from the berries alone. Nice. Okay, good. We'll just keep them around for snacks at this point. And let's go check on everything outside before we do anything else at this point. We're actually chilly now. Not too bad. The temperature's okay. It's actually rising out here. Might have been a little cooler out here. Interesting that there's smoke there. It must have just gotten stuck because, yeah, all of this is done. So let's go and remove food. All right, dehydrated meat is on the ground there, and we'll do that here as well, and over here, and down here. And this is dehydrated fruit. It goes straight to dehydrated. Remove it from the smoking rack. I think that was everything. Yeah, that should be all of them. Down here, that's a lot of dehydrated fruit and dehydrated meat and also dehydrated vegetables too. So having a look at those there, 2 years. 2 years. And that's without it even being in our root cellar. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. So satisfying. We're a survivor now, well and truly. And you know what? I'm going to go so far as to say we probably won't actually do any hunting for animals until winter, because there's no real point for us to do that at this stage. If we can harvest enough from just the trees and the bushes around here, we don't need to worry about fighting right now, meaning we can focus on other things. For the time being though, we will go ahead and reinsert some food into these ones here. There isn't too much on the ground here. Oh, that's a lie. Oh, right. You know what? Let's actually keep those ones in our inventory. Yeah, those are the ones that we want to start to work on. I guess the strawberries we'll just do as their own. We'll wait, actually, to ignite that one. Put all those strawberries in there. And what have we got left on the ground? Acorns and dogbane. Right, let's shift this down here just so it's out the way for now. And we'll ignite this one first. Light it up. Fire that smoking rack, and we'll do the same thing over here as well. It needs some more charges of charcoal. We have some up here, so we'll go reload with charcoal. We'll put all of that in there, and let's go light it up. Thank you. Downstairs we go. And all of that food there is going to go into our root cellar, where it'll last even longer. So, I'm very, very happy that we have all of that stored now. Good bloody work, Hilma. Right, okay, let's jump back onto our stool and we'll continue working on the clay pot. Bam, done. A large clay pot is now in our hands, and I want to go back and get a whole heap of salt water. And by a whole heap, I mean a lot. We're going to be able to contain so much in this thing. We've got everything we need to be able to go and do that, so let's look at making a journey, huh? We're going to drink some of that clean water before we do go, have some elderberries, some raspberries, just until we are feeling good. We can also have some smoked meat as well, just to get our calorie intake up a little bit higher. But with this clay pot in hand, we are going to go up to the surface, navigate through the smoky corridors, and then head on over towards that swamp. All right, we're done coughing our lungs out. Not the greatest design, I know. And yeah, we need to make our way over towards that. Here's the thing though. I want to be cautious. Oh, raspberries. Okay, it's a big S. That's what threw me off. Okay, that's really close. We definitely need to harvest all of those before the end of summer. We will. But yeah, we do need to be wary of spiders. Yeah, so we'll set our trajectory just a little north of where those spiders are. So we'll say for now, travel to that point first of all. Heard footsteps. It's fine. We were seeing chicks then though. Carry on. Giant web spider. Yep, let's stop. Okay, we were too close to the spiders, it would seem. So let's do our best to navigate around safely. Giant wasp. Giant wasp where? To the south. Yep. Okay. So that is definitely a danger zone around here. You know what? I think we're just going to put a marker here. We're going to set it as red. And we're just going to say wasp. Just so that we know that that's a bad place for us to be. If that catches sight, we're going to be having a very bad time. On we go. The rest of the way, we should be able to travel. Let's see. We'll go close, but not too close. Travel to this point. Yes. Okay. Yes, cancel auto move. Sorry, what? Deinonychus zombie. Zombie dinosaurs? Really? The shuffling corpse of a medium-sized bipedal dinosaur, covered with tattered feathers and black putrid liquid. Both feet brandish a large sickle-like claw. This is like a raptor, right? Zombie dinosaurs. I mean, we're playing Cataclysm. I guess I should have thought that might be a possibility, but that is haunting for Hilma. I think the one thing that has been a relief about being in this place, yeah, sure, completely unfamiliar territory, nature is our worst enemy, but, you know, dinosaurs have been the biggest threat. We haven't had to worry about zombies. And this is an even bigger zombie dinosaur. Large bipedal dinosaur covered with tattered feathers, black putrid liquid, sharp curved claws protrude from its hands. We can't tame these creatures because they're dead, and they're at the swamp. Okay, a shady version. So the mutations that affect human zombies also seem to affect, oh my gosh, they also affect zombie dinosaurs as well. So shadow envelops this one, and the only reason we're seeing it right now is because it's daytime. If this was nighttime, this would be invisible to us until it's within a square of us. So right now, what we need to do is just try and get over here towards the salt water, gather it, and just get the hell out of here, because yeah, this is not a good place to be. Right, things have changed since we were here last. So I think this is a good one for us. Yep, salt water. Let's just go pour into a container. Stop filling. Yes, I will. We've got a lot of salt water already, but we've just spotted another one. It is far to the southwest though, so we've got that going for us. There's a lot of them here, but they seem to be a little bit further away for now. I am just going to put safe mode back on. Pour more of that into the container. Okay, we're at 150. I'm guessing that's our max at this stage. It didn't say, I mean, there's still some left over, right? Yeah, so 150 salt water, that is good. Let's go to the north, because we need to get back home. Okay, that has put shivers up my spine. I didn't know. I honestly thought, dinosaurs, they're bad enough as they are. Zombie dinosaurs. And they probably operate like regular zombies, where if we don't bash the corpse, if we don't destroy it, they will regenerate. They will come back to life. Okay, we're getting tired from hauling this. This is heavy. We're going to keep that up for now. We could go further to the south. The southwest, or rather southeast, might be a safer route for us. Yeah, I'm just going to do this manually. We're going to walk back very carefully. I'll see you when we're close to home. Okay, I can safely say that we have made it back out to the clearing. So from here, we should stand a much better chance of making it home in one piece. Right, no, we're going to have to do this manually, just because we need to rest as soon as we hit the point where we are too out of breath. Looks like we're pretty much going to be able to make it, though. Yeah, we'll catch our breath before we go and run through all that smoke. Yeah. And we will be running through it as well, just so that we spend the least amount of time possible in the thick smoke. There we go. I mean, it's thin smoke. It's fine. It's fine. We're all right. Cough it out. Cough it out. And let's head downstairs. All right, big old pile of salt water. Let's drop you down here for now. That is going to have us sorted in the salt department for a very, very long time. I'm stoked with that. I'm even more stoked that we've been able to make our crucible, make a copper knife. We have moved out of the Stone Age. Yes, there are still a lot of stone tools that we need to make, but that is a big, big step forwards. If we can get our fabrication skill high enough, we'll be looking pretty. A rock forge means that we can start to use proper metal. And I have some ideas of how I might be able to get there. We did talk about a travois at the end of the last episode. Yes, that will make a big difference, like back there. And even hauling all those berries early on today. If we make a travois, we'll be good. For that though, we do need to make a basic wooden frame to start with, and I'm pretty sure that's going to take fabrication. It is basic fabrication, but why I've been kind of holding out on that is, what sucks is that there's kind of a catch-22 here. I want to be able to make a travois. The easiest way to make it is with nails, but for nails, we need a rock forge. And for the rock forge, we need our fabrication to be higher. And right now, literally the only thing that we can make that would improve our fabrication skill is the mortar and pestle. And yeah, we do need to make that. And here's the thing, I don't know what would be better, a clay cairn or a mortar and pestle. They kind of do two separate things. And the cairn is easier to make. Obviously it doesn't take as much time, but the fabrication skill requirement's a lot lower. So maybe we do need to just bite the bullet and work on making a mortar and pestle. We can see just looking at the qualities of it, containing, that's fine, but fine grinding and hammering. It's the fine grinding that we're after. And the kern, well, it works kind of like a tool, but not in the same way. We use it in specific recipes. So you know what, we'll probably end up needing both. But that is all for another day. Let's take a moment to think about all that we've achieved in summer so far. We are in day 7, but we've got a whole heap of dehydrated meat, dehydrated fruit. We've got a well that doesn't quite function yet, but we've got a root cellar that's going to keep our food nice and cool. And Hilma, she's just sitting there by this fireplace of hers, looking at the metal of her copper knife glint. Caterpillar purrs close by. Life is good. But outside this cave, outside of Hotel Oscar, the dead await. And not just regular dead dinos. Yeah, I should have expected as much. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. For now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay